the same fire of physical suffering. If you cannot master the simple task of moving your body, you will never master the complexities of fate. Every rep you skip is a lie. You tell yourself about who you are and what you deserve. Pain is a teacher that never lies, and it demands that you pay attention to your own pathetic limits. Are you afraid of the sweat, or are you afraid of discovering exactly how much potential you have wasted? A strong frame supports a strong mind, and both require a daily sacrifice that you have been avoiding. Stop negotiating with your laziness as if it has a seat at the table of your future self. Control is not something you find in the outside world, but something you exert over the chaos within your mind. You react to every insult and every minor inconvenience like a leaf being blown around by a cold autumn wind. Why do you give away your power so easily to people who do not even know your middle name? Stoicism is not the absence of emotion, but the absolute mastery over how those emotions dictate your physical actions. You must become a fortress that cannot be breached by the petty dramas of those who live without purpose. When the world tries to break your spirit, you must respond with a silence that is louder than noise. Do you think the giants of history spent their time crying about the unfairness of their particular circumstances? They built their empires on the ruins of their own excuses, and you must learn to do the same. Mastery of the self is the only victory that truly matters in this short and brutal life. Responsibility is the heavy crown that most men are too terrified to wear because it demands the death of blame. You point your finger at your upbringing, the economy, or your boss, while your own house remains in ruins. Why do you seek a scapegoat when you are the one holding the compass of your own miserable journey? Everything that happens to you is your fault, because even if you did not cause it, you choose the response. A man who blames others is a man who admits he is powerless to change his own wretched reality. You must own your failures with the same intensity that you claim your victories in your wildest dreams. Are you tired of being a victim, or have you grown fond of the pity you receive? There is no dignity in a life lived as a series of reactions to external forces you refuse to control. Extreme ownership is the only path to a freedom that cannot be taken away by any man. Focus is the currency of the elite, and you are currently spending yours like a fool in a casino. You jump from one distraction to another because you are afraid to sit alone with your own shallow thoughts. Why do you allow tech giants to harvest your attention while your own goals starve for a single hour of work? Deep work is a superpower in an age where most men cannot focus for more than 10 pathetic seconds. You must learn to say no to the trivial many, so you can say yes to the vital few. Your energy is a finite resource that is being drained by apps and people who add nothing to your character. Do you realize that your lack of concentration is the reason your progress is stalled for so many years? Build a wall around your time and kill any intruder who dares to steal your mental clarity today. Without focus, you are just a fast car with no steering wheel heading for a massive crash. The mirror reflects a man who's traded his destiny for the hollow warmth of a screen and a comfortable chair. You have been sedated by a culture that rewards the average and mocks the man who strives for more. Why do you feel the need to be understood by people who have given up on their own greatness? Your desire for social acceptance is a leash that keeps you walking in circles with the rest of the herd. Silence is where the real work happens, away from the applause and the desperate need for digital likes. Do you have the courage to disappear for a year and rebuild yourself in the dark without telling anyone. The world does not need more talkers. It needs men whose results are so loud they cannot be ignored. Every time you explain your plans, you bleed the energy required to actually execute them with cold precision. Stop seeking a witness for your evolution and start becoming the man who doesn't need one. Failure is not an ending, but a mandatory tax that every man must pay on the road to mastery. You are so paralyzed by the fear of looking stupid that you have remained a permanent amateur in your life.
Why do you treat a setback like a funeral instead of a lesson written in the blood of effort? The only way to find your limit is to crash against it until the barrier finally gives way to your will. You have been taught to seek safety, but safety is just a slow death dressed in a business suit. A man who has never failed is a man who has never truly tested the depth of his soul. Are you going to let a single mistake define the rest of your story? Or will you use it? Build your character on the foundation of your scars, because those are the only things that cannot be faked. Victory belongs to the man who can endure the most boredom and the most repetitive, grinding work. Consistency is the boring secret that separates the legends from the ghosts who haunt the halls of potential. You think you can work hard for a week and then rest on your laurels like a king. Why do you believe that a single moment of effort entitles you to a lifetime of results and respect? The universe does not reward the intense burst, it rewards the relentless drip of water that eventually carves through stone. You must become a machine that operates regardless of the weather, the economy, or the state of your heart. Do you have the stomach for the mundane tasks that lead to the extraordinary heights you claim to desire? Most men quit when the novelty wears off and the reality of the grind sets in for the long haul. You must find a way to be the man who stays when everyone else has found a reason to leave. Discipline is not a one-time event, but a daily ritual of self-conquest that never truly ends. Character is what remains when you have lost everything else and find yourself standing alone in the cold dark. It is the internal architecture that decides whether you stand tall or crumble under the weight of a heavy life. Why do you spend more time decorating your external life than you do building the foundations of your own integrity? A man of character does not lie to himself or others because his word is his only true currency. You must be willing to walk the path of most resistance if it leads to the truth of your soul. Do you act the same way in the dark as you do when the world is watching your every move? Your reputation is what others think of you, but your character is what you know to be true. Stop chasing the shadow of success and start becoming the substance that casts it into the world around you. You are the architect of your own honor, or the mason of your own deep shame. The old you is dead, or he is dying, and you must not mourn his passing, for he was the only thing standing in your way. The comfort you once craved is a poison that leads to a stagnant life and a forgotten name. Do you feel the weight of the responsibility you now carry to the man you are becoming? There is no going back to the fog of distraction and the weakness of excuses now that you have seen the truth. You have been given the tools to forge a soul of iron, but the hammering must never stop if the blade is to stay sharp. The path ahead is lonely, steep, and demanding. And that is exactly why it is the only path worth walking for a man of honor. You will be tempted to rest, to slip back into the warm embrace of mediocrity, and to seek the approval of the small-minded.
Will you succumb to the gravity of the masses, or will you rise like a pillar of discipline in a world of chaos? Every choice you make from this second forward is a brick in the monument of your character. The world is waiting to see if you have the stomach to stay consistent when the fire of this moment cools into a steady, cold resolve. Go now and build a life that demands respect from the mirror before it asks for anything from the world. Silence your tongue and let the results of your labor scream your name across the landscape of your industry and your home. Are you ready to live as a man who is truly free? Because he is a master of his own internal empire. This is not a finish line. It is the first breath of a new existence defined by struggle, strength, and an unbreakable will. The time for talk has vanished into the wind, and the time for relentless, uncompromising action has finally arrived.
Look at the man in the mirror and tell me, truly, do you recognize the fire that used to burn there? You've spent years drifting through a fog of comfort, allowing your potential to be smothered by the very things meant to distract you from your own decline. Every time you chose the easy path, you traded a piece of your soul for a fleeting moment of relief. How much of you is even left after all those compromises? The world does not care about your excuses, but the invisible burdens you claim to carry. The clock is not your friend, and it certainly does not wait for you to feel ready or motivated to change. Every second you spend scrolling through the lives of others is a second you steal from your own legacy. You are bleeding time, and yet you act as if you have an infinite supply stored in a bank. Do you really believe that greatness will just happen to you while you sit there waiting for a sign? The sign is the decay you feel in your gut every time you settle for less. Think about the ancestors who survived wars, famine, and brutal winters just so your bloodline could reach this moment. Would they be proud of the way you spend your energy? Or would they be ashamed of your softness? You are the result of 1,000 victories, yet you live like a man who has already accepted defeat. Why have you allowed your discipline to become a suggestion rather than a law? You have become a slave to your impulses, a puppet dancing for the entertainment of those who profit from your weakness. The old version of you is a ghost haunting a house that is currently on fire. You cannot save him, and if you try, you will only perish alongside the mediocrity he represents. There is a version of you that is silent, focused, and absolutely lethal in his execution of duty. He does not seek validation from strangers or comfort from a bottle. He is waiting for you to kill the coward who currently occupies your skin. Are you brave enough to pull the trigger on your own ego? This is the end of the road for your excuses, and the beginning of a life defined by cold, hard reality. Tomorrow is a lie told by people who are too afraid to face the truth of today. Your evolution requires the total destruction of your current identity, leaving only the bone and muscle of character behind. Stop looking for a way out and start looking for the way through the pain. The transformation starts the moment you decide that being average is a fate worse than death. Stop waiting for a feeling to save you, because your feelings are the very chains that keep you grounded in the dirt. Motivation is a fickle drug for the weak, who need a pat on the back to do what is necessary. Why do you treat your duties like they are optional suggestions based on your mood? A man who cannot control his own whims is nothing more than a child in a grown body. Discipline is the only language the universe respects when it comes to the construction of a real legacy. You must learn to love the silence of the early morning and the burning in your chest. Is your comfort worth more than the respect of the man you were meant to become?
Every time you hit snooze, you are telling your goals that they are not important. You are voting for your own failure with every moment of hesitation you allow into your day. True power is found in the ability to do exactly what you hate when it is required. The modern world is a trap designed to keep you sedated and easy to manage through endless digital noise. You're being fed a diet of cheap dopamine and fake validation to ensure you never realize your own strength. Why do you care about the opinions of people who do not even have control over their own lives? Your phone is a cage, and every notification is a bar that keeps you from seeing the truth. Silence is the weapon of the wise and the shield of those who are building something that lasts. You speak too much about what you intend to do and do too little to actually prove it. Greatness is not loud, and it does not need an audience to justify its existence in the world. Look at your habits and tell me if they belong to a king or to a peasant. If you do not curate your environment, it will surely curate a version of you that is weak. Your body is a physical manifestation of your mental standards. And right now, your standards are far too low. Why do you allow your vessel to become soft while you claim to have a mind of iron and steel? You cannot separate the man from his discipline because they are forged.